All right, take two. We got the speaker review for you now. This is the Triangle Bro 3. This is the Klipsch RP600Ms. Both of these are very popular for the price point. This is about $550. This can range anywhere from $500 to $650. I think right now it's retailing at $650. As for the sound signatures here, if you've been reading up on any of these speakers, you're probably not going to be surprised at all, but this is definitely the more lively, energetic one. This one is the more neutral and I'd say balanced one. As for which one I personally prefer, this one, the Bro 3s, and not by a small margin. I much prefer this. And because the Bro 3s are so neutral, it's not offensive one way or another. You don't get those extremes. Not saying this is particularly a extreme speaker, but you do get those really the tippy top of those highs that I talked about earlier. And the beautiful thing of the RP600Ms is the definition of the lows. It's very defined when you're talking about that sub-bass frequency response. So while this excels at pop and electronic, what you'll find from the Bro 3, or at least what I've found, is it absolutely excels when it comes to vocals, when it comes to acoustic music, jazz, and just kind of the fuller gamut. And what I love about this in particular is when you connect it to a tube amp, the X7 behind me, the difference in sound signature is amplified more on the Bro 3. So strumming guitars, those sweet vocals, woodwind instruments. This with a tube amp, I find the output very pleasing, very pleasant to hear. And you do hear a difference with the Klipsch as well, but it's not nearly the same effect as coming from the Bro 3s. And this is a hotly contested battle, I'll say. There have been reviews that absolutely praise this, and reviews that say, oh, they actually prefer either the Klipsch or the ELAC debut reference. There's options in this price range, definitely, but there are many people that absolutely love the sound signature this provides. I am 100% one of them. So while the treble doesn't reach as high as this, unfortunately, I really wish it did. You know, you can, on the Iota VX SA3, you can use the EQ to kind of crank up the treble. I do it 1 or 2 decibels, and it's a really good effect. It still doesn't reach the level of the Klipsch just naturally, but it's still, you know, it's a nice option to have. And the interesting thing about the Klipsch RP600Ms is the fact that it's so defined up top and up bottom and down low. Is it will definitely expose bad recordings. So if you have a song that you really like and it wasn't recorded as well, it'll definitely be exposed much more on the Klipsch here than it will on the triangles. So the great thing about having the switcher behind me, the AB switcher, is I can quickly switch back and forth between the two different speakers. And initially I was like, okay, a pop song is coming on, an electronic song is coming on, something with some synthesizers. Let's use the Klipsch here. And it was kind of nice to be like, oh, okay, this is a cool sound signature. But the more I listened, I actually would switch to this, and I would use this less and less. That was my experience. Just the extra definition and the extra focus and attention given to the mids here, it really did it for me. You know, when a singer would come on and I'd switch back and forth, the definition just wasn't there. And I definitely burned this in. I had this for, 3.5 weeks now. It was really nice, but this really just, it scoped out the music better. It just gave me the fuller picture, and I really appreciated it about the Bro 3s. And the interesting thing about this, I know we're all on, people say it's like an audio journey. You kind of like keep trying different pieces of equipment to see what you like and what you prefer. And the thing is, your tastes definitely change over time. Back in the day, if I'd enter a showroom and I'd hear these two, I would instantly look at this more. I'd be like, okay, this is a really crisp sound. It's very energetic. I'm into this. But you know, me now, I really prefer just the fuller, bigger picture that this provides. The better defined mid presentation that the Bro 3s give me. This is more my speed. So funny comparison I thought about when comparing these two speakers. Let's say you're a single young person. You're at a bar, and across the bar is this beautiful person. You're gonna wanna talk to them. You know, it's kind of like love at first sight. You don't know what they're about, you don't know anything about them, but you see them and you're just like, I gotta talk to this person. That to me is what this is. Like, you hear it and initially you're like, wow, I really like this. I want to take it home. I want to take it home with me. So the Klipsch is, on the surface, it seems like it's the one you want. But for me, after the second or third date, let's say, you're like, okay, this person's kind of missing something for me. Let's talk to the Bro 3. And the Bro 3 with its better mids, you're like, wow, I like having a conversation with the Bro 3. There's more substance here. And to me, it's like, this is the one you want for the long haul. This is the one night stand. So Klipsch, as beautiful as you are, you know, it was fun initially. We had our fun, but it's time to think about the future. And for me, that's the more balanced Bro 3. But as for the pros for the Klipsch, much more lively. It'll give you that energy you're looking for. You know, you're listening to some dance music, some pop, electronic. It'll give you that energy that you know, after a long day of work, you just want to dance. This will give it to you in spades. Better bass definition, harder hitting bass, and it up top, it's more clear. You get that sense of clarity just because it's super crisp at the tippy top of the frequency range. But if you're looking for more like an intimate session where you want to enjoy your music, you know, you're having a drink and it's just you and your music and you're not in it for the dance, for the energy, you just want to enjoy. This is the more intimate, more expressive experience. And it's just an absolute joy and just a pleasure to listen to for me, especially with the tube amp. So in the end, more energy from this, and I find this to be more intimate. So there's better balance, but better definition in the extremes. So it really just depends what you're looking for. So that ties it up for us here today, guys. Hopefully you found this video helpful. If you did, hit subscribe, give me a like, drop a comment. But stay tuned for part 3, where we'll finish out the rest of the home audio segment. So long.